It's Friday, November 27th, and of course that means it's time for another edition of Be Positive, No Bad News. I am Be Positive, and you are listening to No Bad News. Our Be Positive Person of the Week is Ra'Cole Taltoan, and our spotlighted business is her company, Rockbrook Business Services. Ra'Cole is one of Youngstown, Ohio's brightest young stars. She is a graduate of the Rayan High School and earned a bachelor's degree in accounting and business management from Wright State University in 2009. The Youngstown area has been devastated economically by the closings of major companies like Northside Hospital and General Motors. Ra'Cole believes that the key to our success in the future does not rely on waiting on large companies to take their places. Instead, she believes Youngstown should support and help local businesses so that they can grow and hire others. Although she has been the owner of Rockbrook Business Services since 2011, her efforts building it up were only part-time. She spent the majority of her time working for someone else. It wasn't until a few years later that she felt led to switch things around. She decided to focus on building up her business on a full-time basis while working for another company part-time. After her workplace refused to negotiate for her to work there part-time, Ra'Cole put in her 2-week notice. On that last day, she decided to leave early. While taking her things out, she ran into a gentleman who held the door for her. She asked him what had brought him to that building. He told her he was looking to hire someone part-time. She ultimately secured that position, which freed her to focus more attention to her own business. Ra'Cole believes it's important to expect big things, trust God, and put Him first. She also believes everything always works together for good, even when it looks bad. Congratulations to you, Ra'Cole Taltoan, our Be Positive Person of the Week, doing good in the neighborhood. This is Be Positive, and you're listening to No Bad News. Up next, our spotlighted business. Be Positive's spotlighted business this week is Rockbrook Business Services LLC. The business was born out of Ra'Cole Taltoan's home and the business incubator. It is currently located in downtown Youngstown at 20 West Federal Street, Suite MC11. Rockbrook Business Services is a bookkeeping and payroll services company. Their mission statement is to provide the highest quality of work and to help businesses save money one service at a time. 85% of RBS's clients are people of color, 60% are businesses, and 20% of the businesses are startups. All are inner-city Youngstown residents. Ra'Cole Taltoan, owner, says helping inner-city entrepreneurs drives economic development in areas that need it. It gives businesses opportunities to expand and creates job opportunities for residents who otherwise would have difficulty securing work because of a lack of nearby employers, transportation, or personal issues. The company has been able to secure more than $150,000 in funding for its clients. The company will be relocating to the east side of Youngstown in 2021 and has plans to hire too. You can contact Rockbrook Business Services by phone at 330-406-4646 64033 or by email at rbservices1111 at gmail.com. Shout out to Rockbrook Services, also doing good in our neighborhood. This is Be Positive, No Bad News. Up next, a few positive news. Our first Be Positive news item comes out of Marietta, Georgia, and Patch. A 6-year-old Georgia girl is on a mission. She wants every child in the world to fall in love with reading just like she did. Her first published children's book, Sibling Love, recently started taking pre-orders. Aspen King of Marietta has been in front of books since before she even could talk, said her mother, Amira King. Now in the 1st grade, Aspen is reading herself. She started reading at a 3rd grade level in kindergarten. Aspen told Patch that her favorite books are Junie B. Jones by Barbara Pack. She said she has read 1,000 books and wants to write books to encourage all kids to read. The idea to write her own book was sparked from a bookstore visit. Known to speed through chapter books, Amira said she would take Aspen and her little brother Chandler to Barnes & Noble every week. On this particular visit, an employee recommended some books for Aspen to try. She said, "Mommy, they aren't really interesting." And so I asked her, "What should we do?" She said, "I know, we can create our own chapter book." Amira said Aspen struggled to find books with characters who not only made her laugh, but who also looked like her. The pandemic slowed their busy lives down and gave them the time they needed to begin the publishing process, Amira said. I told her that it would be finished before the end of 2020. We unleashed our talents during COVID. The book's title, Sibling Love, speaks for itself. It's also about the promises Aspen made to her little brother. The young author didn't want to stop there, which is why she's also working on a 30-day journal for girls of color called Brilliant Me. It's a book of affirmations. They're in the editing process now. She's also working on her new chapter book series. Their projects influenced 3-year-old Chandler, who wanted to join the creative team. His book, Oh Monster Truck, Come Sleep With Me, is also available for pre-order along with his sister's book. The King family is also launching a pajama line. Amira's idea, but approved by the children, she said. Jammy Joy will offer a line for boys and girls as well as a holiday collection. There will even be something for dogs. The brand's slogan is encouraging child literacy, one jammy at a time. Always a book before bed. Congratulations to you, Aspen King, and to your mother and brother for all doing so much good in your neighborhoods. This next piece of good news comes from Because of Them We Can. A Philadelphia father is building a bond with his daughter by sewing clothes for her. Michael Gardner is the creator of Daddy Dressed Me, a fashion content blog featuring designs by the 36-year-old father and modeled by his 9-year-old daughter, Ava. Gardner started creating designs for Ava when she was just 3 years old, refashioning thrifted women's clothing. He was looking for a new way to strengthen his relationship with his daughter, and after seeing his sister sew, decided to pick up the habit. After hours of YouTube tutorials, Gardner created his first clothing item, a pair of pants he had sewn from a woman's skirt. As soon as he saw the look on Ava's face and the confidence with which she posed, he knew he was on to something. To date, Gardner has created more than 200 outfits for his daughter, often coordinating them with his clothing so the two can match when they go out. He said his sole focus initially was to help Ava build self-esteem and confidence, but now it's so much bigger than that. We are a team. We collaborate on everything. I want Ava to feel empowered by this experience. She shares her ideas and inspiration, picks fabrics, helps with styling, and photo shoot locations. We encourage and motivate each other along the way. Our bond is built on positivity and love. Gardner told, because of them, we can. The debonair duo posts their fashions regularly on Instagram and have since taken their talents to TikTok. Gardner hopes that he can inspire other fathers to find creative ways to bond with their children, regardless of their gender. Congratulations to you, Gardner and Ava, doing good in your neighborhood. This is Be Positive, No Bad News. For this next news item, we travel to Las Vegas by way of the Review Journal. Las Vegas Sands Corporation will contribute $400,000 to community organizations that empower diverse groups in an effort to address systemic racism. The donations have two priorities, according to a company news release. The first is education and mentorship to support youth and workforce empowerment. The second is advancing social justice work through advocacy and awareness. The organizations receiving funding include Nevada Partners, 100 Black Men, Las Vegas, the Urban Chamber of Commerce, Las Vegas, Hope for Prisoners, Mastering Mindsets of Las Vegas, the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, Inc., Las Vegas, and the Las Vegas Urban League. Thank you so much, Las Vegas Sands, doing good in your neighborhood. I am Be Positive, and you are listening to No Bad News. Our final Be Positive news item comes from right here in Youngstown, Ohio. A statue based on an iconic photo depicting the 1946 handshake between Jackie Robinson and George Shotgun Shuba will be built and installed in downtown Youngstown to celebrate what was called a handshake for the century. Project leaders believe the larger-than-life statue commemorating the 1946 handshake of Jackie Robinson, the first African-American Major League Baseball player, and George Shuba, his white teammate from Youngstown, Ohio, will inspire better relations among people of different racial backgrounds. It would be located near the Youngstown Foundation Amphitheater, where it would enjoy high visibility. Robinson enjoyed a Hall of Fame career with Major League Baseball's Brooklyn Dodgers, but he played previously with the Dodgers' minor league affiliate, the Montreal Royals, after a stint in the Negro Leagues. Robinson's first game with the Royals was a major media event in New Jersey against the Jersey City Giants, with a huge crowd in the stands and the city's schools ordered to close to mark the occasion. In his second at-bat with two other Royals on base. Robinson hit a home run. Neither of the two teammates who scored on the homer waited at home plate to congratulate Robinson. Shuba, who was on deck, noticed that, so he stepped right up to shake Robinson's hand just as the future Hall of Famer was crossing home plate. The photo captured that moment, the first handshake of black and white players on a professional baseball diamond. And the handshake has been a national story. The handshake drew additional waves of national news coverage in 1996, its 50th anniversary, and in 2014 when George Shuba passed away. A 2014 New York Times story called the handshake a simple, silent moment in baseball history. The target date for the statue's dedication is April 18, 2021, the 75th anniversary of the handshake. Up next, a few Bea Positive events. Our first Bea Positive event is the Joy of Christmas Light Show, which runs through December the 27th on various days, but this weekend it will be going on from 6 o'clock p.m. November the 27th, which is Friday and today, and November the 28th, Saturday, at 6 p.m. as well. That is the Joy of Christmas Light Show, which is hosted by the Joy of Christmas Light Show and Columbiana Area Tourism Bureau. Keep the tradition alive, featuring 1 million lights and 80-plus displays. JOC takes place on selected nights from 6 to 9 p.m. in Harvey S. Firestone's Recreational Park in Columbiana. 2020 has some special nights coming up, and if you go to their Facebook event page, Joy of Christmas Light Show, you can find out what those days are, as well as additional days that they will be open. Cash only at the gate. And for this weekend, it is donations of $10 a vehicle or $3 a person on motor coach, or if you have a seasonal pass, it is $25. The drive-through light show benefits local charities and civic organizations, as well as the historic Harvey S. Firestone Recreational Park. All activities are dependent on the CDC, state, and county COVID-19 regulations. Guests must register for the Ice Castle Santa experience in advance. For more information, you can contact info@tourcolumbiana.com. Joy of Christmas is an event of Columbiana Area Tourism Bureau, a nonprofit organization dedicated to the preservation of Columbiana's unique heritage and sustainable tourism, designed to contribute to the area's economic growth. And for additional information, you can also call area code 330-482-2282 or go to their website at www.tourcolumbianaohio.com. Our next event is a virtual tuba Christmas, which will be held November the 29th, Sunday, at 3:30 p.m. And doesn't matter where you live, you will be able to participate in this. Tuba Christmas in the Valley will continue this year as a live stream event from the concert hall stage at Stambaugh Auditorium. That's on Sunday, November 29th at 3:30 p.m. Enjoy the concert digitally via the Digital Concert Hall app, Stambaugh Auditorium's YouTube page, or by going to StambaugHauditorium.com. Tuba Christmas is a celebration of the holidays as tuba players come together and perform a variety of Christmas classics. The various sizes and sounds of the instrument, along with the spirit of the musicians, make this event extraordinary. Last year, nearly 100 tuba players performed for a large audience. But this year, due to restrictions and for the safety of the talented musicians, less than 30 tuba players will socially distance themselves on the concert hall stage and perform to a limitless audience as the concert is streamed digitally. This next Be Positive event comes from Inspired Catering by Kravitz. Worried about how your kids can safely see Santa this year? We have the perfect solution. Come enjoy a drive-through lunch with Santa on December the 12th, 2020 at the Saxon Club. Orders must be prepaid by December 6, 2020. Call area code 330-881-8081 to get your magical moment reserved with Santa, as well as a delicious meal prepared by Inspired Catering by Kravitz. And that meal consists of, for children, it is $9.99, and chicken nuggets, fruit cup, chips, a Christmas cookie, and a juice box are on the menu, and that is for children 12 and under. And for adults, which are $12.99 for lunches, roast beef brisket with caramelized onions and cheddar cheese served in a Kimmelwick roll, fruit cup, chips, and a Christmas cookie. Give your wish list in person to Santa. Have your phones ready to take pictures. You must wear a mask and maintain a 6 feet distance. Pickup will be from 12 until 2 p.m. Drive-through pickup at the Saxon Club, 710 South Meridian Road, and they say for you to please use the front entrance. And if you're interested in this, make sure that you have ordered and prepaid your money by December the 6th. Our last event, the Ohio National Guard, Youngstown City Health District, and Valley Churches and Organizations are hosting drive-through and walk-up COVID-19 testing clinics. Anyone can get a COVID-19 test at no cost. You do not have to have symptoms to be tested. There is no pre-registration for the testing, but you must wear a mask. If you don't have a mask, one will be provided. The testing sites and dates coming up include Thursday, December the 3rd, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's at MyCap, 1325 5th Avenue in Youngstown. Also, Thursday, December the 10th, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Dorothy Day House, 620 Belmont Avenue, here in Youngstown. And Youngstown's last one that's listed for the time being is Thursday, December the 17th, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and that's at Grace Evangelistic Temple Church, 2214 Mahoning Avenue. If you have additional questions, please contact Aaron Bishop at 330-742-8260. That's 330-742-8260. And that concludes our Be Positive events for this week. Up next, our spiritual meditation and closing. I want to thank you for listening to Be Positive, No Bad News. And if you have someone that you would like for us to consider as our person of the week, or a business that you believe should be spotlighted, you can always inbox me at BeaPositivnews@AOL.com, or you can leave us a message on our Be Positive, No Bad News Facebook page. And if you have some events that you'd like for us to share, well, you can send those our way as well. Now, let's move on to our meditation. Back in the 1930s, Ra'Cole Taltoan wrote the Serenity Prayer, and it is one of the most sacred and relevant prayers that Christians use all around the world. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. First of all, we need to understand that there are some things that we can't change. There are some things that, yes, we can pray about them, but we don't have the power to do anything about those things. So in the midst of whatever that circumstance or that situation is, a good thing is to ask God to just keep us in peace, or to give us that serenity. But there are things that we can change. And sometimes we're a little bashful or shy or afraid to do those things. You know, there are a lot of things that maybe it may involve calling somebody out that's not being nice to somebody else, somebody that's in our family, perhaps by the things that they're saying or jokes that they're making. But those are the times that I believe that God is calling for us to ask Him or to seek Him for the courage to be able to do that. And finally, the wisdom to know the difference. There are some things that we can change, and there are some things that we can't. Let us seek God for the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you again for tuning in to Be Positive, No Bad News. Of course, I am Be Positive, and this has been No Bad News. May you have a blessed week until we meet again.